Hello and welcome to this All Levels Vinyasa flow. My name is Charlie and I teach people how to build strength and flexibility with online classes. If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please consider subscribing. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna get into the flow pretty quickly. So come into tabletop and we'll start with some wrist preps. So plant your hands and spread your fingers wide. And then start to move through a figure of 8, traveling forwards and then back. And each time, see if you can exaggerate it a little bit more so you shift more weight forwards through your wrists, back towards your knees and your heels. Keep the hands firmly planted, so notice if they are lifting at any point. Try to really press into your mat. And then start to tune into your breath. Keep the breath steady and fluid. Last one of these. And then come back to your tabletop. Turn your hands so your fingers face the outer edges of your mat. And start to rock side to side. Keep a little bend in your elbows here so you're not hyperextending. And then each time you shift side to side, spend a little bit longer there. So you're really strengthening your wrists in this extended position. Just a few more of these side to side. Good. And then spin your hands to face forwards and we'll finish with some palm pulses. So with this, you want to keep your fingers on the mat and just lift the heels of your hands so the palms lift. Don't worry if the thumbs lift too, that's okay. The focus is really the fingers. So you'll just lift and lower. You can move through this fairly quickly. It's a pretty effective one, so it really doesn't take much to begin feeling this. So start to pick up the pace if you haven't already. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Come and sit back on your knees. Make fists with both hands and just roll out your wrists. Steady your breath. Let your shoulders relax, muscles in the face relax. And finally, shake out your hands as if you were flicking water off your fingertips. Okay, let's come into plank pose. So stacking shoulders over wrists. If your hips are piking, think of tilting your pelvis. So you lengthen your low back, create that long line. Then pressing the floor away, step your feet together, open out to side plank on the left. Reach your right arm up, lower your left knee down. With an inhale, reach up through the right arm. And as you exhale, reach right arm overhead, turn your chest open to the sky. Inhale here. Exhale here. Lower down, lower the gaze for balance, lower the right hand down, and then open out to side plank on your right side. Bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg as you reach your left arm up, holding it here. Inhale. Exhale. Look down for balance. Step your left foot forwards. Lower the back knee down. Reach your arms up, low lunge. Inhale. With your exhale, start to straighten the front leg. Move your hips back. Then you can reach your arms back, fold forwards. We'll move through this a few times. So inhale, send your hips forwards and down, arms up, low lunge. Exhale, straighten the legs, shift back, fold forwards. 2 more, inhale, lunge. Exhale, half splits, fold. Last one, inhale, lunge. Exhale, half splits. Plant the hands, rebend your front knee. Lift your back knee. And then press the floor away as you pick up your left foot. Keep the knee bent in towards your chest or your chin. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Step that left foot back into plank. Then open out to side plank on your right side. Get your balance here to begin. Then lower your right knee down. With an inhale, left arm reaches up, create space. As you exhale, reach that arm overhead, turn your chest to the sky. Side body stretch. Inhale here. Exhale here. Gaze down for balance, lower your left hand. And let's open out to side plank on the left. So bring right foot to left leg, right arm reaches up. Hold it here, keep pressing the floor away. Inhale. At the end of your exhale, step your right foot forwards, lower the back knee down, reach your arms up, low lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, straighten that front leg, arms reach back as you fold. Inhale, moving through to your lunge. Keep it fluid with the breath. Exhale as you fold, travel back. 2 more. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lunge. Last one, exhale, fold. Rebend that front knee, plant the hands, then pick up your back knee. Press the floor away as you lift this right foot. Keep the knee lifted in towards your chest. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Step the right foot back to plank. Hold it here. Inhale. And as slow as you can go, use your exhale, come down through chaturanga or lower your knees if you need to modify. So super slow coming down to the belly. Untuck your toes. Then create tense with your fingers. And with your inhale, press through your fingertips, lift your chest, roll your shoulders back. On your exhale, lower from your belly to your chest, down. Inhale, lift from your chest to your belly. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, lower from the belly to the chest, down. 2 more. Flow with your breath. Inhale on the way up. Exhale on the way down. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Roll your shoulders back. Exhale, lower down. Plant your hands. Press all the way back into downward facing dog. You can start to pedal out the legs here. Move in any way that feels good so you can wake up any parts of your body that you haven't quite woken up yet. Beautiful. Then lifting the right leg high, keep your hips square. Inhale. Exhale, bring knee to nose. 2 more. Inhale, lift the leg high. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one, inhale, you lift. Exhale, bring knee to nose, and then step that foot in between your hands. Reach your arms up, high lunge. Inhale here. Exhale, reach your arms back, fold forward, so you're bringing your belly to your thigh. Start to look down for balance, and we're just holding it here. So think of creating one long line from the crown of your head to your back heel. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. See if you can travel even more weight forwards as you pick up this back leg. Finding warrior 3. Keep the gaze focused so it makes the balance a little bit easier. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Keep that back leg up. Lower the left hand down. And start to turn your chest to the right as you reach your right arm up, coming into a twisted balance. Find a place to focus your gaze, holding for 3, 2, keep your breath steady. Last one, stay in the twist, but lower your lifted leg. So lower that foot back down. Then press off your left fingertips, come up into a twisted high lunge, slow and controlled. Bring your hands together in prayer. Then bring left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Gently press knee into elbow, elbow into knee. Gaze at your right elbow. Hold it here. Keep the breath steady. 1 more breath in. Exhale, look at your front foot for balance. Staying in the twist, step the back foot forwards, coming into a twisted chair. Glue those inner thighs together. Keep the knees lined up. Hold it here. Keep sitting your hips back. Weight through the heels. 1 more inhale. Exhale, stay in your chair but untwist. Reach your arms up. Keep shifting your weight back through your heels. Hold it here. Inhale. Exhale, fold it forwards. Start to pedal out your legs in your forward fold. So moving a little bit more dynamically instead of just statically stretching. And you can start to nod your head yes. Shake your head no. Then go ahead and step back into plank pose. Push the floor away, hold for an inhale. Exhale, slow as you can, lower down through chaturanga. Lower the knees if you need to modify. Then coming back up onto your fingertips again. Inhale, lift your chest, followed by your belly, wide cobra. Roll your shoulders back so you can find that broadening of your chest. On your exhale, lower down from your belly to your chest. 2 more. Inhale, slowly lift. Roll the shoulders back. Exhale, nice and steady on the way down. 1 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, slowly down. Plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. And again, you can take any movements here to help you reset. And then lift the left leg high. Inhale, keep your hips square. Exhale, bring knee to nose. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, knee to nose. Last one. Inhale, lift. Bring knee to nose. Then step that foot forwards. Arms up, high lunge. Inhale. Exhale, reach your arms back. Start to lean forwards. So you glue your belly to your thigh. Look forwards. And try to feel for creating that long line from the crown of your head to your back heel. So you're really working on your body awareness whilst you hold this here. Just a couple more breaths. Awesome. Keep shifting weight through that front foot. You may even find that it's helpful to hop the back foot a little further forwards so that you can press off your back foot as you lift the leg. Find warrior 3. Hold it steady. Keep your gaze fixed. Breath steady. 1 more inhale. Keep that back leg lifted. Lower your right hand. Twist your chest left as you reach left arm up. Coming into the twisted balance. Hold it here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. As you exhale, lower that back foot down. Stay in the twist. Come up into twisted high lunge. Beautiful. Bring hands to prayer. Right elbow comes to the outside of left knee. Gently press knee against elbow, elbow against knee. And turn your gaze. Look at your left elbow. Looking back behind you. Hold it here. 2 more breaths. It's okay if you're shaky. I definitely am too at this point. Last breath. With your exhale, look down at your front foot. Step that back foot forwards into twisted cha. Glue your legs together. Stay in the twist. Holding 3, 2, 1. Stay in your chair, but untwist. Reach your arms up. Shift your weight back through your heels. Keep your hips as low as you can. Holding it, just 3, 2, and 1. Slowly fold forwards. You can keep a slight bend in the knees. And again, you can start to walk out your legs in your forward fold. Let your upper body just hang heavy. So the focus is solely on the legs. Start to slow down your breath a little bit in between each sequence. Beautiful. Then plant your hands, step your feet back into plank. Hold for an inhale, push the floor away. As you exhale, super slow on the way down through chaturanga. This time with your inhale, you can come through to cobra or upward facing dog, whatever back bend you choose. And on your exhale, come back to downward facing dog. Step your feet together in downward facing. And lift the left leg high, open out your hip. Keep pressing through that right heel. Lift that left leg as high as you can. With your next exhale, step the left foot in between the hands and open out your back foot. Windmill your arms, come up, find warrior two. Relax your shoulders. Start to really settle into the pose here. So let the legs do the work. Keep reaching through your fingertips as if you're trying to reach both ends of your mat. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale out. One more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Two options here. You can either bring your left forearm to the thigh and right arm reaches up, or left hand can come down to the inside of the foot, whichever is most accessible. Holding it here. Keep your chest open here, so prioritize creating space for your breath. One more breath in. With your exhale, lower the right hand down, gaze down, turn your back toes to face forwards, and you can lower that back knee down. You may find that you need to edge your left foot to the left side to create more space. And then we'll settle into lizard lunge here. So you have a couple options again. You can stay up on the hands, or you could come down to the forearms. Start to slow things down for the next 5 breaths here. So make your breath really deep, really nourishing. Not trying to force anything, just find stillness in the pose. Wonderful, that's 5. So come back up onto your hands. Lift your back knee and open out your back foot. Start to sink your hips towards your left heel. Then flex your right foot, so toes point up. We're finding Skandasana. You can use your hands as stabilizers here. If you're okay, then bring hands into prayer. Focus on really pressing through the feet, so the legs are doing a lot of work. Keep your chest open, relax your shoulders. Hold for another breath in. Exhale it out. Plant your hands at the front of your mat. Turn your back foot to face forward, so the body faces forwards. Then push the floor away, pick up your left foot. Open out to side plank on your right and step the left foot behind you. Reach left arm overhead, opening out into wild thing. Keep pressing the floor away. Hold it here. Think of lifting your hips, lifting your heart. One more inhale. As you exhale, slowly come back through side plank. So stack the legs, hold it here strong. Then lower your left hand down, come back through plank. Lift your hips high, find downward facing dog. Stepping the feet together in downward facing. Then lifting the right leg high, open out the hip. Press through that left heel as that leg lifts. Hold for an inhale. On your exhale, step right foot in between the hands, open out the back foot. Windmill your arms, come up, find warrior two. And again, take the time to really settle in here. So the hips sink down. Really rely on the strength in the lower body. Let the shoulders relax, arms reach away from the midline. Beautiful. Then, just like before, 2 options. Right forearm can come to thigh, or right hand can come to inside of the foot. Take whichever pose you can breathe the best in. So prioritize your breath instead of aesthetics. And then breathe steady here. In through the nose, fill yourself up with a nourishing breath. Out through the nose or mouth, release tension. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Inhale. On your exhale, look down. Let's travel into lizard lunge. So lower the back knee, edge right foot to right side to create space. Then settle into whichever variation works for you. 5 breaths here. If you have a tendency to fidget in this pose, I know I definitely do, try to commit yourself to 5 breaths of complete stillness. So you're not forcing anything, you're just in the pose. Last breath here. Come back up onto your hands. Lift your back knee. Then open out the back foot as you sink hips to the right heel. Flex your left foot for Skandasana. Then you're either using your hands for stabilizers or hands come to prayer. Keep pressing through the feet. Keep your chest nice and open. Breath is slow and steady. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, turn your back foot to face forwards. Then you'll pick up this right foot, step it behind you as you open out into Wild Thing. Push the floor away to lift your hips and your heart. Reach your right arm overhead. Deep breaths in through the nose. Exhale through the nose or mouth. One more breath like this. Inhale. With your exhale, come back through side plank. Stack the legs, go slow, go steady. And lower your right hand down, plank pose. And very slowly lower down through chaturanga. Modify if you need to. Inhale, take cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Beautiful. Start to pedal out your legs here. Make your breath even deeper. Wonderful. And from here, step your feet a little further forward so you're in a short down dog. And step your feet as wide as the mat. Bring your left hand to the outside of your right ankle or anywhere along the lower leg. And then twist to gaze under your right arm. Keep pressing through all parts of you that are in connection with the ground here. So you create that stability as you twist. 2 more breaths. Inhale, press the floor away. Exhale, twist a little deeper. 1 more like this. Inhale, press. Exhale, twist. And then release. Let's switch sides. So right hand comes to outside of left ankle or leg. Twist to gaze under your left arm. And start finding those micro movements with your breath. So inhale, push the floor away. Exhale, twist a little deeper. See if you can access more space with each exhale. Last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Release your right hand. Step your feet back into their more natural downward dog. Beautiful. Keep pressing through your hands and your feet. Send the hips back so you find that length down your spine, decompressing each vertebra here. Beautiful. Step your feet together. Then lift your left leg high, open out the hip and bend your knee. With your exhale, bring your left knee across your body to the back of your right elbow. Then extend the leg out to the side, lower the foot. Reach your right arm up for fallen star. Turn your whole body open to the sky as you press the floor away. Hold for an inhale. As you exhale, sit your hips down. Face the space in between your legs and fold forwards here. Keep your feet flexed. Don't worry about how far you fold forwards. Try to prioritize a long spine. So the chest is up. We're folding from the hinge at the hips. So folding like belly first, then the chest. There's no need to force anything. Just let it come gradually with your breath. One more inhale. Exhale. Good. Sit yourself back up. Plant your hands at the front of your mat. Then turn your back foot to face forward. So you lift your hips. Bend your left knee. Glide that knee back onto the mat to come into Pigeon Pose. And edge your back knee down the mat. Square off your hips. And instead of folding forwards, walk your hands to the right side. So you're coming into a twist here. And the hips may want to move slightly, and that's okay because we've changed the dynamic of the pose as we twist. Try to focus on keeping your chest up and open. Then over time, if it feels accessible, you may be able to come down to the forearms, and you can even hook your left elbow on the inside of left foot. Take a few more breaths here, like so. And then lastly, if you feel that you can go further still, you may be able to bring the left shoulder to the inside of the left foot. And for this, you can just let both arms relax by the side. Maybe even rest the side of your head on the mat if it's there. Wonderful. Slowly release the twist. Turn to face forwards. Then sit over on your left side. Swing your back leg all the way forwards and cross right ankle over the top of left knee. So it's a little bit of a mobility challenge. Then bring your left foot to the back of your right thigh. Twist to the right and left arm hugs the right leg. And you can either just hold onto your left foot or place the right hand behind you. And using those same micro movements we used in our downward dog twist, with each inhale, lift up from the crown of your head. So the spine is getting longer to create space. And with each exhale, twist right. So 2 more breaths like this. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Beautiful. Slowly untwist, turn to face forwards. And then without using your hands, swing that right leg all the way back. Try to come back into your pigeon position or something close. Plant the hands, press through your right foot, and you'll lift your left leg all the way back up into 3-legged down dog. Open out the hip for an inhale. Then with your exhale, cross your left leg over the top of your right. Bend both knees, lower your knees down to the mat. Then bring your feet to the outer edges of your mat as you sit back in the space between the legs. So we're setting up for Gomukasana. So you want to stack the knees here. If they aren't quite stacked, they didn't quite land where you wanted them to, you can always rock forwards into tabletop, just scooch the knees together and then come back. Then from here, 2 options. You can either rest the hands on the ankles if the shoulders aren't feeling so great today. Or if you want to come into the full expression, bring your left hand behind your back to the space between the shoulder blades. Reach your right arm up and over so the hands draw towards one another. Don't worry if you're not in the complete bind here. You could always hold on to your clothing. But wherever you are, start to slow things down so you can really ground into the pose. Remember that there's no need to force anything. If you like, you could even close the eyes to help you center. Bring your awareness back to your body if it's drifted outside of you. And start to notice the calming effects of each deep breath that you take. With each exhale, letting go another layer of tension. Wonderful. Release the hands if you're in a bind. If the shoulders feel a little sensitive now, just roll them back. And then roll them forwards a few times. Plant your hands forward so you come back to this tabletop position. And then bring your feet towards one another. Tuck your toes and then see if you can press back to a downward facing dog. Might feel a little awkward, but see if you can challenge yourself. And then step your feet back in line with one another. Feet together. Second side now, so lift your right leg high, open out the hip, and bend your knee. Deep breath in. As you exhale, bring your knee to the back of your left elbow, coming across the body. Extend the leg, lower the foot, and reach your left arm up as you open your body to the sky, fallen star. Push the floor away, hold it here for a breath in. On your exhale, sit the hips down, face the space in between your legs, and we'll fold forwards. Prioritize a long spine. And slightly draw your chin in towards your chest so head and neck can relax. Slow down your breath. Just enjoy that calming stillness. Nothing else to do but be in the pose. Nothing to really do in the pose itself. Once you're here, you've arrived. So there doesn't need to be any expectation to take it further. You're already where you need to be. Wonderful. Lift yourself back up. Plant your hands at the front of your mat. Turn your back toes to face forwards to lift up. Then bend your right knee, glide the leg onto the mat to come into your pigeon pose. So square off your hips, keep your chest lifted, then walk your hands to the left. Keep your chest nice and open as you come into the twist. Don't worry if the hips are tilting slightly. That will happen as we've changed the posture slightly. So taking the first few breaths like this, just notice how this feels if this is the first time you're practicing a twisted pigeon. And if there's space and it's accessible, come down to the forearms. And just observe how that feels. If it's quite intense, start to dial up the breath. Use your breath to work through the discomfort. And then if you feel that you could go further, bring the right shoulder to the inside of your right foot. You can just rest your arms down by your side. Maybe even the head tilts towards the ground, or it may rest on the mat. A few more breaths here. Wonderful. Slowly lift yourself back up, turn to face forwards, then sit over on your right side, swing your back leg all the way forwards, crossing left ankle over the right knee, then bring this right foot to the back of your left thigh. Right arm hugs the left leg, and start to twist to your left. With each inhale, think of sitting up a little taller, so you have an action to follow. With each exhale, draw your left shoulder back so you initiate the twist and begin to explore the full rotation of your spine. And 2 more breaths like this. Make it an experience in the pose. So inhale, you lengthen. Exhale, you twist. 1 more. Beautiful. Slowly untwist, face forwards. Then sweep this left leg all the way back into a pigeon or near enough. Plant the hands, tuck your left toes, and then lift this right leg all the way back up into 3-legged downward dog. Inhale here. As you exhale, cross your right leg over the top of your left. Bend both knees, come down to a cross-legged tabletop. Then open the feet out wide, sit back in the space between your legs. Just like before, you can rest your hands on your ankles, or this time, right arm comes round the back. Left arm reaches up and over. Finding a bind or near enough, there's no pressure. And then just like before, it may take a couple breaths. Give yourself a chance to settle in here, to find that state of ease. And start to drop into a deeper breath. Maybe even soften the eyes closed. Relax the muscles in your face. Slowly release the hands if you're in the bind. Take a few rolls with the shoulders just to reset. I know they can feel a little sensitive after that one. Then come forwards into a cross-legged tabletop. Bring your feet together. Tuck your toes and press back into a cross-legged downward dog. So I know it's a little bit of an awkward one. So from here, reset your feet. And then we'll hold this steady, so pressing through hands and feet, really grounding into the mat. Two more breaths, in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. One more inhale, exhale. Look forwards, bend your knees, come down into tabletop. Then bring your big toes to touch. Open the knees as wide as your mat. Sit your hips back on your heels. Reach the arms forwards as you settle in for child's pose. And you want to find this sense of complete release. So if you notice that you're holding yourself in any way, try to let go of that need to be strong, to control anything. Allow the mat to completely support you so that you find that sense of releasing each and every muscle. Keep letting go into the mat. So notice if there's anywhere where tension still resides. See if you can soften into those spaces. As you keep sinking deeper into that state of calm, into that state of surrender. Keeping your eyes closed, come up into a kneeling position. As you sit up, rest one hand on your belly, one hand over your heart. Then breathe deeply into your belly. Feel your hand rise as your belly expands. As you exhale, feel that hand start to go in as your belly deflates. Continue to feel that deep belly breath with the hand that is in connection with your torso. And the hand that is over the heart, just to connect to that beating heart, that sense of aliveness. As you do this, continue to relax your shoulders, your face. Allow yourself to soak in the effects of the practice as you say a deep, meaningful thank you to yourself for showing up, for spending this time, for giving yourself this gift of movement, of connection to body and breath. Finally, let's bring hands into prayer at heart center, bow your head. Thank you so much for giving me the honor and the pleasure of being your teacher and your guide. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for class. I hope that you enjoyed this flow. If you did and you'd like to practice more like it, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, if you do have a moment and you have any feedback, please take the time to share your experience because it really helps me become a better teacher and it really helps me create more content that you guys will really benefit from on this channel. Thank you again for your time. I hope to practice again with you soon.